So, why is it so hard, folks? Why is it so hard? Simple truth, children of Israel. Children of Israel enslaved for 400 years. Instantaneously, they're thrusted out into some other situation. Some people ask, me and Chandra were talking about it, like, why did they have to wander for 40 years? And the truth is, no, they didn't. But the other truth is, why did they? And it's simple, because they were conditioned for over 400 years to be something else, to be a slave, to depend on certain systems created by other people. So when you ask yourself, when you're asking God, why is it so hard? You gotta realize that it's hard first because you've been used to something else. You've been used to thinking a particular way. You've been used to certain thoughts coming in your mind. And then when you connect with God and you hear, you got to think like God, you got to go where God is, and you believe it. And then when you're trying to climb that ladder to that place, you're met with the old you. You're met with the old system, the old conditioning. So don't beat yourself up so much. And realize that when we talk about faith, when we talk about the divine flow, when we talk about these godly things, God's method for advancement in a speedy way, per se, is the decision to go with God. So what does it look like? What does it look like to go with God? To go with God is, first, you gotta hear, and you gotta rest in a place where you can hear God, and that could be a physical place. I'm sure it is in a moment, but more than that, it's a mental place. So we find rest in God in that mental place, and then we allow the nuggets and the truths to kind of spring up, or even the what are those things, the arrows pointing left, pointing right, go left, go right. We allow those things to kind of surface, and then we go in those directions, especially when they're God. But don't beat yourself up, and know that that's why it's so difficult, because you're fighting against an old man that you've grown up with. You've grown up with this person, but knowing that God's remedy for that old man is creating a new man instantaneously. It's planting a new tree. You have an old tree, don't cut it down. Just don't pay attention to it. You plant a new tree, and the new tree, it happens instantly. Moses led them out, then raised the staff, said that the word, the seas were parted. Instantly, they were thrusted into a whole new situation. But they had to fight the old them walking in or through that situation. And when they came up to the promised land, the spies, that most of them came back with a bad report, because that was just an identity crisis moment. They wasn't ready, or they thought they wasn't. They did not think they were ready to enter into a place that they had no embodiment of. But God is like, I'm still there. What is it? I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because you are with me. God is always there. So no matter what valley you find yourself in, God is there. You just have to participate in the instant change of identity into the direction that God has taken you. And you will find when you go that everything that you need as that new identity is available to you. Pastor Jamal, man, I hope it made sense, people. That's it. I'll talk to you. Peace.